Morning everybody, welcome to this week's Tillers Turf Talk. Hope you're keeping really well. Now this week we're going to try a slightly different format and we're going to start looking at sort of a typical sort of day's activities. So we're not going to cover one specific subject today. We're going to have a look at a few things that are going on at the moment, talk a little bit about them and just explain why we're doing them. So let's crack on, let's go see what's happening. Just a quick walk through the yard, and as always mowing really busy, and weather's perfect this morning. It's nice and dry and sunny. The fields are drying out really quick. So we've got Chris there, he's just filling up. We've got Rory, he's on the Fleischmann today, so he's going to do some rotary mowing. Then behind him we have Strat, and Strat is on the Vemo, which will also be going out. So a little bit later on we'll go out in the field and we'll have a look at some of the mowers and some of the hoovers that have gone out as well, and we'll talk a bit about them. As the mowers head out, there's also plenty going on in the workshop at the moment, and you may remember a couple of weeks ago we did a video on our new trailers, and they're in the workshop today and they're going to be badged up with the Tillers Turf logo. And then after the event we have next week, where lots of Australians visiting, these machines are going to be going out in the field, earning their keep, making life easy for the harvest team, keeping us within all the legal requirements and regulations regarding transporting pallets. And yeah, we can't wait to get using them, and we'll do another video out in the field once they're in use mainstream. Now we just did mention about the event next week. We have the Australians coming over, I believe about 47 Australian turf growers. So there are some early arrivals of bits of kit that some people are going to be exhibiting while they're here and showing to them. So we'll have a wander down now and just see what's arrived early. Thanks Simon, let's go and take a closer look.
Okay.
So as we walk round, like Simon said, the towed unit is attached to the New Holland tractor here, and I was fortunate enough to visit their factory down in Basildon.
Yeah, Basildon.
Yeah, Basildon a few weeks ago. Really impressed with the operation. Perfect tractor for towing this machine, perfect power ratio, everything else. So this is the machine itself then, Simon. And if you can just tell us a little bit more.
Yeah, so this one's the Van Vuuren 3500 trailed harvester.
Yep.
So as it's set up at the moment, it's twin row 24-inch rolls.
Yep.
There's also an option to have it triple row, but at 16-inch.
Yep.
So obviously in the UK most people are going to set it up for 24-inch.
Yeah, it's fairly standard with us now.
Yeah, and the whole idea of it is it's very high output. It's around 3,500 square metres an hour output.
Brilliant. Well, I'm sure the guys will enjoy watching it next week, and I've seen this machine already in operation in Luxembourg at the TJ Summer Show last year, I think it was, or the year before. Simon, time flies, I can't quite remember.
Yeah.
But I'm certainly impressed with it there, and I'm sure everyone's going to be really impressed watching it in operation. Well, thanks Simon. Should we go and have a look at the single row one?
Yep, okay.
Just a little wander over a little bit further over the yard with Simon, over to the single row harvester. This one mounted on a John Deere. Simon, tell us a bit about this one.
So this is a single row machine, tractor mounted. Again, it's got a 2-foot cutting head on it. But this one's relatively new for Van Vuuren in that it's got a 5 stack grabber on it. Obviously the idea is for greater output as well.
Yeah, I noticed this one comes fairly standard now, so I think with the front brush.
Yes.
If you just look down here, we have the front power brush there. That just stands the turf up, cleans it up, gets it ready to present it into the cutting head and up the elevator. So the elevator there, Simon, I've noticed that's rubber. Quite often see a belt on these. That's just like an individual rubber.
Yeah, individual rubber belts,
Yep.
quite thin. Allows for good grip of the roll, but also allows any debris to fall through, so
Yep.
it doesn't accumulate.
Excellent. And we'll head towards the back of the machine. And what can you tell us about the back?
So all previous Van Vuuren turf ticks have had a 3-stacker head on it. This
Yep.
one's got a 5 grabber stacker head on it, so it makes the number of trips for the grabber to the pallet fewer, so it speeds the job up.
Yeah, brilliant. So again, we'll be showing this one to everybody next week, and yeah, it's brand spanking new on this, the first time. So we've got the guys from Van Vuuren here, they're setting it all up, getting it all ready, so ready for the off next week. So we're really looking forward to it, Simon.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll be at the event as well.
I will, absolutely.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
We enjoy your company as always. So we'll have a little wander further, see what else is going on at Tillers, and we'll let you guys continue setting these machines up. Cheers, Simon.
Thank you.
Pleasure. We'll head back across the yard, and as the Van Vuuren goes past there, he's heading out just final setups and checks for next week. And you notice we've got a nicely concreted yard now. This was done through the winter months. Our sister company Pine Turf, they do a bit of civils work as well, done a fantastic job here. And yeah, it's a much cleaner, much happier working surface to be on. So really, really good. So to keep that nice and clean and tidy, we've acquired this recently. That's a road sweeper. Not only fantastic for sweeping up, keeping the yard clean, we can also pressure wash it with it. John's busy there cleaning some doors down and just keeping things immaculate and tidy as we always do here at Tillers. So all fabulous stuff, and we're just nipping the workshop now and have a look at another quick thing we bought this week. Not all the purchases we make at Tillers are big, like the trailer, and as I said earlier, this one in for some badging. But the most recent acquisition has been actually something a lot smaller, and that is this. So we have just upgraded our pump truck, so we've got a nice battery powered one now. So this is going to be handy for later in the year when we're doing long distance loads up to sort of northern Scotland or down to southern England, when we need to put surf on a refrigerated lorry. Then we have to restack to a slightly smaller pallet, and this is going to make it a lot easier. We don't have the access in through the side of the lorry, we have to go in the back, so this enables us to put the pallet in the back and ship it quickly, efficiently and easily. And not only more efficient, but obviously with manual handling, making it a lot safer, a lot easier for the operator too. So fantastic piece of kit. So this is the latest acquisition. I'd say only small, but going to make the job so much easier. So unlike our previous pump truck, this one's dead easy. So you have a switch here, lift the tines up and down, lift the pallet off the ground and drop it, and simple straight back, forward dial and forward momentum, then backwards for reverse. So going to make the job so much easier. Brilliant. We saw the mowers and hoovers going out earlier, and the tractors obviously have to be kept in top condition to keep them efficient and productive. So that requires regular servicing, and at the moment we've got John Deere dealer Farrells in this morning. They're just doing a routine service on Gav's tractor behind me, this big John Deere. Gav's tractor works super hard, it does a lot of the cultivation work, and as well as all the other things that we associate with the tractors. So we see all the filters and everything down here, all ready to go, all the different oils, and that'll soon be done and serviced and good for another few hours before it needs its next one. So we'll wander a bit further. I've arrived at the field, and I think it's probably Gavin that's hoovering this one. That was his tractor we saw a moment ago being serviced. So Gavin being Gavin, he's jumped straight back onto another one and he's cracking on with this. As with most things with GPS, so you may just in the background see the width of grass clippings here that Gav is hoovering up at the moment, and the GPS allows him, again, minimal overlap, no waste, so we're not wasting unnecessary diesel time or anything else. So he's heading up now, and he's in one of our M6s, I believe, Kubotas. Have been fantastic tractors. You may have seen the video we did on those. If you haven't, maybe look back at the back catalogue when they were delivered, and we can talk a bit more about them. So I think it's probably on his last pass, so we'll just enjoy it as he goes by. Here he is, we'll take a closer look. So Gav's towing one of our fleet of Trilos, fantastic hoovers, really, really good bits of kit, and so important in this operation. It's impractical to be boxing off on these fields, just the sheer size of them. So once the big mowers have been over, the V-mows, the Fleischmanns, etc., that we've looked at in the past, then along comes the hoovers and we clean up the clippings. Now people have opinions on clippings. I personally like to see them taken off, otherwise they start to sort of decompose down, become sort of worm food a little bit. They can smother out new seedlings, new growth. So if we're mowing regular enough and we're only taking a tiny clipping, that's absolutely fine. That's actually doing a bit of good. That's returning maybe a little bit of nutrient into the soil. and retain a little bit of moisture. But overall, it's better off than on. So we'll let Gav crack on and we will move a little bit further. I really hope you enjoyed that turf talk this week. Like I say, slightly different format and probably more of a diary of the week rather than sort of covering an individual topic. If you like or prefer this sort of format, then drop a comment below and we'll continue to do more videos like this one. And we will occasionally drop one in, you know, specific to a certain operation or machine that you might find quite interesting and needs that extra bit of focus. But I think as an overview, it's just a little bit of what's been going on recently, and I hope you enjoyed it. I mentioned before, and looking at the Van Vuuren earlier, that we have 47 Australian turf growers visiting Tillers next Wednesday, and we're very much looking forward to meeting them and greeting them here and showing them round. And we've got a few exhibitors, a few other harvesters we're going to be looking at too, and I'm sure all the Australians are going to have a fantastic time. It's going to be great to learn about what they get up to, all the different types of grasses that they grow over there, things like zoysia, and just to really understand how it works on the other side of the world, to put it in a nutshell. So really looking forward to that. So in the meantime, thanks as always for watching. Please subscribe, please like, please share, please retweet, and subscribe to Tillers Turf TV on YouTube if you haven't already. We appreciate all your views, all your comments, as always. But in the meantime, have a fab weekend. We're looking forward to next week, and next Friday, like I say, we'll be covering the visit, and we'll catch you then. Cheers for now.